moms. I just wanted to reach out for anyone who is feeling just absolutely overwhelmed and feels like things are just not working for them. It's like no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, it just seems like you can never get ahead. This obviously can apply in multiple arenas of life. Sometimes you work yourself really, really hard at your job. Sometimes you work really, really hard on your house and, just household things. Sometimes you work your hardest as a mother to just be everything that your children need you to be, and you still feel like you're coming up short. And so, this is for those moms who are hard workers. You're not afraid to put in the work. You will not give up whenever you see a challenge ahead of you. You just continue to try your best and try your best and try your best. Well, one thing that we often overlook whenever we are working ourselves to the bone, we're working, we're doing, and we're just so exhausted that we feel like we have done everything and we don't know what else to do. Sometimes the work that needs to be done is some self appreciation and some self love and some self care. And I am not talking about, you need to call off work and have a spa day and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is not realistic for the majority of working moms. Like a lot of us, we're not working this is not like a leisure thing for us. We have to do all of these things. We have to do every single one of these things. We have to be a mom. We have to do our job. We have to keep up with the household. And again, I'm not saying this in a way that we are ungrateful for the things that we have, but what I am saying is that sometimes whenever you have so many hats and you have so many roles, and these are all necessities, sometimes you just find yourself doing and working and doing and working until the point where you're completely worn out and you don't understand why things are not moving forward. Well, sometimes things can't move forward until you show yourself a little appreciation and a little love. And what it really comes down to is sometimes there is a mental or emotional block, or in some spheres, some people will call it like an energy block kind of situation, where the reason you can't move forward is because you haven't taken the time to just sit down, give yourself a big hug, and say, I see you. I see you doing the best you can. I see you giving your children as much love as you possibly can. I see you trying to keep the house clean. I see you trying to be the best employee that you can at your job. I see you striving to be a loving and caring and helpful partner if you're in that situation. I see you. And sometimes your adult self and your adult body just needs to recognize and appreciate your inner child and say, you are doing enough. Tell her she is doing enough, and she is seen and she is loved and she is appreciated and valued and beautiful to you. Okay? It does not matter what other people think on the outside. And sometimes you may not get recognition. I know that I have found myself in positions where I am doing literally everything I can think of. And the only time that anyone wants to interact with me is when I don't do something, or when I'm failing, or I'm struggling at something, and people are very quick to hop in and complain and pick you apart and tell you the things that you've done wrong. And you just wish that somebody would reach out and say, hey, I appreciate you and you're doing a good job. And I've been lucky enough that I will say that I have been in spheres where, for instance, I think about my corporate job, for instance. Like, I have been lucky enough to be in situations where, I've brought up that I don't feel appreciated, or I feel like the good things I do go unnoticed, and then people listen. And so they just randomly like say good things, and it's beautiful and it's a wonderful thing, but that's not a reality for everybody. I know that the way that I grew up, that wasn't something that I could just say, hey, I have this need. Maybe because I was young, I didn't know how to articulate it anyway, but you couldn't just say, I need to feel appreciated. And it would be nice if maybe I would hear like a compliment about myself sometimes. So even when that's not a possibility, you have something incredible and magical and wonderful that you can do. You are, in essence, these many parts. You are one person with many, many parts. And one part of you is this inner child. And this is just what I believe. Okay. So then you have your physical body. You're an adult. If you're watching my channel, hopefully, first of all, hello and thank you, but most of you are probably going to be moms who are working. And so you have this adult who is at least mentally mature enough to hold down a job and things like that. Okay, so that person, that adult you, that mother you, needs to go to that child's self and say to her, you love her. Say to her, she's enough. Give her the things that you do wish that you could get on the outside, but sometimes you can't. And even if you are getting that feedback on the outside, still affirm to your inner child, I love you. I hear you. I feel and recognize and accept your hurt, your emotions, your overwhelm, and I am with you, and we will get through this. Maybe it sounds like crazy talk to you, but I just know for me, this helps a lot because there are many times that I can look back into my childhood, and there is a lot of trauma there for me personally. And so there are big spans of time where I remember just feeling like I was the ugliest, the dumbest. I was too fat. I was too this. I was too that. Whatever. And I just remember like I remember those times with so much pain, like why didn't an adult do XYZ? That is a beautiful starting point. It's a beautiful starting point. It sounds so painful, but really, like, hear me out on this. There is a quote that says, be the adult that your child self needed to have, or it's just something along those lines. It's like, be the person today that your younger self needed. You can still do that for your younger self. And that is what is amazing. Especially so for those of us who are moms, I think, and those of us who do have like painful experiences in our past, which of course is literally everyone, sometimes we reflect back, and I do this with my friends sometimes. I think back with my friends who have trauma as well, and I think, I can't believe that the adults in my life did XYZ. Like, I would never, if that was my child, I would blah, blah, blah. Or if I saw somebody else's child going through this, then I would blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, do that now. Do that now for you. You have this incredible power to be there for yourself in a way that nobody else knows how to be there for you. And that is amazing. I spent so much time as I, have kind of gone through like the journey of revisiting my childhood trauma and even adult traumas, things like that, just feeling so bitter and so hurt. And, everything that I thought about made me mad. I was just mad about it. Well, now I'm at a point where it feels empowering because who better to go in and heal those deep wounds than the one person who knows exactly what that past me needed? Who is better? Nobody. That's the power that we have as adults, is we can go in, because as I said, I strongly believe that, we still are like these people with inner children. We still interact with our inner child. Sometimes we act out as our inner child when a certain thing is triggered that we never properly matured on, or we never learned how to regulate. Sometimes our inner child comes out and acts out. I fully believe that. And so now, where we are at is this beautiful space where we can say, I can give you everything that you need. And I want to encourage you to do that for yourself. You deserve it. If nobody else has told you yet, you deserve it. Okay? Don't question me. You do. You deserve it. You deserve the love. Please give it to yourself. Please listen to yourself. Please validate yourself. Okay? You deserve good things. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be loved. And if nobody else in the world is going to do that for you, then you do it for you. Okay, I hope this resonates. I hope this inspires somebody today. Have an amazing day. Mwah.